Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fear the Bones campaign for the F-14 in DCS World, where today we've got the final episode of the series, putting Mission 14 and 15 together, since Mission 14 really is just a cutscene, and so let's start off by looking at that.
Well, look what the kid dragged in. You Yankees really thought you could fly in here alone like fucking cowboys and get away with it?
Fuck you, commie bastard!
Or really?
Jester!
As for you, you are coming with us. We have a few questions to ask. I hope you said your goodbyes, because you will never see your home again.
So yeah, that didn't go great for Jester. The briefing for Mission 15 is our pilot manages to escape from jail after being incarcerated for a couple days, and manages to get to a nearby airfield where he finds an Su-25 ready for takeoff, and that's where we jump in to Mission 15, the Great Escape.
Sleep tight, Boris. Hope you don't mind if I borrow your Su-25. Now let's see what all these buttons and switches do.
So nicely everything is already started up and ready to roll. It does have a completely clean loadout, no weapons, so I'm not going to be able to do any dogfighting here. Now, not familiar with the airfield that I've started at, or more precisely where I've started on the airfield, but heading towards where the big plane is, because that's probably where the airfield is, the runway itself. At first I'm trying to be inconspicuous, seeing if I can get away with just taxiing and taking off as normal. Unfortunately, they start shouting at us here, then they've realised that I've stolen it. Now, I very probably should have taken that taxiway, and instead a little bit late on turning, so just decide to go for the main runway here. Speed up a fair bit here, not sure when things are going to start shooting at me, but don't want to be on the ground when they do. I take this corner really hard here. I'm not good at taxiing the frog foot at the best of times, and taxiing in a hurry is a good way to scrape the paint off my wingtip. Nicely enough, they do light up the runway for me, which is very much appreciated while I'm trying to steal a plane for them. And then just go full afterburner here. Again, don't know when they're going to start shooting at me, and want to be as far away as possible when they do. So get up, wheels up, flaps up at this point. Start taking fire as soon as I'm off the ground. Do take a couple of hits there, but it's just small arms fire. Turning rather sharply. I believe the course was about 210. Might have been 250 actually. I had it noted down beforehand, the approximate direction I needed to head in. And otherwise at this point it is just a case of going as fast as I can, so I put it full burner, turn towards 250, and just try and keep as low as I possibly can. A few seconds later I do get locked from behind, and then I do get a SAM launched at me. Really not much that I can do other than keep very low here and trying to dodge below the tree line whenever I can to break SAM line of sight, hoping that the missile will also go into a tree instead of into me. And from here on I'm just intermittently hitting both flare and chaff. Chaff for the radar missile that's been fired, and flares just in case there's a random man pad that takes interest in me.
God, please let me reach the coastline.
And no sooner have I left SAM range than the next threat decides to pop up.
Гора, я полсотни первый, 1500 занял. Полсотни первый, цель уходит, сектор 2, курс 240, удаление 35, цель уничтожить. Гора, я полсотни первый, принял, курс 240, выполняю.
Shit, MiG's just what I needed right now.
And while they're still closing, the Americans find me and of course think I am an enemy.
Overlord, pop-up group, single throughput, bulls 110480. Overlord, Pontiac 1, roger. Nose on bandit, engaging. Pontiac 1, this is the Frogfoot. Hold your fire, it's me, Jaws. What? Pontiac 1, Overlord. Hold your fire. Intercept and identify the bogey. The second group is turning cold. Pontiac 1, copy. Weapons hold. Let's see who's trying to play games with us.
So the MiGs turn back, but the Tomcat scrambles to intercept me. It takes them a while to get around and on my wing, but when they do, they send me a nice message.
Hey, asshole, flying that Su-25. I'm the F-14 Tomcat flying on your left wing. If you can hear me, you have 10 fucking seconds to give me a damn good reason why I shouldn't send an AIM-9 Sidewinder up your ass. Clock's ticking. Elvis, is that you? It's Jaws. Wrong intel, commie. Jaws is dead. No, man, it's me. I hijacked this hangar queen. Let me prove it to you. Your name is Joseph Walker from Memphis, Tennessee. You're a huge Tigers fan, love Tom Petty. You have an ugly crooked nose, a dick the size of a small pencil, and a mole on your left ass cheek. Fuck me. Is that really you, Jaws? How did you get away? Where's Jester? We were shot down over Kutaisi after we iced Gorbachev. We punched out and were immediately captured. Jester was shot dead on the spot, and they took me away for interrogations. I had different plans, though, so I took off without saying goodbye. It's a long story, I'll tell you all about it. The bastard shot Jester. Fuck. Pontiac 1, Overlord, please escort Lieutenant Commander Brody back to Mother. Roger that, Overlord. Okay, Jaws, follow me. I'll lead the way.
So yeah, I managed not to get shot down and turn around and just follow the Tomcat back to the fleet.
This is CNN's Prime News, taking the time to examine world events, issues, and newsmakers, with Bernard Shaw in Washington and Susan Rook in Atlanta.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. Mikhail Gorbachev, the General Secretary of the Soviet Union, was assassinated 2 days ago while attending the May Day parade in Kutaisi. We don't have any details about the incident, but Soviet sources suggest an internal coup. Ex-Vice President Gennady Yarnoyev, who has been vocally opposed to Gorbachev's aggression towards the United States, has stepped up as the head of the Soviet Union. His first act as General Secretary was to use the red phone to contact President Bush and plead for a ceasefire. While peace talks may take years to conclude, an immediate ceasefire was agreed upon, and therefore, hostilities officially ended 30 minutes ago.
No shit. You guys hear that? It's over. Yeah! We did it! The Ruskies are too embarrassed to admit it was an F-14 Tomcat. So we know it was you, Jaws. I couldn't have done it without Jester. What a price to pay. And Ghost, and Pyro. I think the world will end in a nuclear apocalypse. Oh, that's true. Now let's go back to Mother. I want to see Caveman's face when he sees you. Say, John, how'd the Ruskies treat you? They gave me burgers and pizza 3 times a day. Really? Fuck no. I haven't eaten in 3 days and I'm missing a couple teeth and fingernails. So I just filed my complaints to the manager and left. Shit! Weren't you the one going on about how you wanted to visit this place a week ago? Yeah, but if you go try a different hotel. Will do. And what about that fried foot? How do you like it? Let's just say that I traded for a Tomcat any day, any time. Now come closer. Let me take a picture of you. Sit and spin, motherfuckers. Rough Rider, this is Pontiac 1 inbound from the east with an F-14 and a Su-25. Roger that, Pontiac 1. Jaws, this is Rough Rider. You're instructed to fly over the task group, climb to 5,000 feet, and eject. That piece of junk doesn't have a tail hook if I'm not mistaken.
Does give me the option to try a carrier landing, but I feel like ending this in a bit of a more sensible way.
Jaws, copy all. Get those heelers in the air. I didn't bring my wetsuit today. This ugly beast should repel the sharks for a while, though. Roger, they'll fish you out in no time. This is Jaws requesting a flyby. Negative, Jaws. The pattern is full.
So I do chicken out on doing the carrier landing, but I do the carrier flyby, going as fast as this plane can, 1,000 kilometers an hour over the deck. Then I just climb, and it's just a case of turning somewhere that my plane's not going to crash into a ship, and then bailing. So yeah, that is this campaign all wrapped up. I'll leave it with the last few words from the campaign designer at the end here, but thank you all for watching, and I hope to catch you in a future video. Be posting a review of this soon. I had a blast is the spoiler on the review, but I'll be going into more detail next week. Then after that it'll be time to start a new DCS campaign. So yeah, as we're here in the morning, punching out, just want to say thank you very much. Cheers.
Congratulations, you've successfully completed the Fear the Bones campaign. Thank you so much for purchasing it. I truly hope it gave you hours of fun and immersion. If you enjoyed it, please share a couple of words on the forums. I would love to hear your feedback. Also, please have a look at my other campaigns available in the DCS store. Last but not least, I would like to thank everyone who helped me with this campaign. Reflected out.